is NoNo, and thank you for tuning into my channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and thank you for all the support. I'm NoNo, and some of you may know me from IG. Follow me on Snap, or we might be even Facebook friends. So I thank you in advance for your support. Some of you may not know me from a hole in the wall, but hopefully if you follow me and we continue on this journey together, you know, I could be your little social media bestie, you know. So the purpose of this particular video, I won't say the purpose of this channel. I think this channel will focus on a couple of different things. It will develop as I develop, and I'll speak about a couple of different things, personal stories, and so on and so forth. This particular video is talking about my health and wellness journey. It is not complete. It's definitely within the mix, and I just wanted to talk about how I started, what provoked this, how long I've been on this journey, and you know, show you guys the little progress I've been making throughout maybe the years and going forward, the months, weeks, whatever. I don't know how to edit, so I don't know how often I'll be putting out a video, so bear with me. So I've been on my health and wellness journey since January of 2019, and a couple of years ago, actually, let's rewind. A couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with diabetes, and I was in complete and utter denial. So, I would hear what the doctors would say, and I just refused to, dwell on what they were saying. It's like one ear out the other. They did tell me, you know, I needed an endocrinologist. They told me I needed a lot of things, and I just ignored them. So I was diagnosed with diabetes early in life, like early 20s. I would binge drink. At the time, because I was in denial, I thought I was eating not healthy, but not bad. But now looking back, it's like, okay, I see where this could have led to, where this came from. So I worked a lot at that time. I did 16-hour shifts, 4 or 5 days out the week. I worked as a certified nursing assistant, and so I considered that was pretty active. And you know, when you work so many shifts and you work so many hours and you're constantly on your feet, you know, eating out was just easier. So I would eat Chinese food. I would eat Subway or wings, and I used to think, well, you know, I never ordered fried chicken, so that's healthier. You know, if I ordered a sub from Subway, I filled it with all types of different vegetables, so I thought it was you know, a cancellation. And the truth of the matter is, that's just not how it works. I'd order Chinese food and make sure, okay, I have to make sure it has broccoli, and that makes it healthy. And I mean, I guess if everyone's interpretation is different, as I'm going through my health and wellness journey, I am realizing, yeah, that is not it. So, as time went on, after a couple years after my diagnosis, and being in denial, a few years, for the last 3 years actually, I have been having major surgeries every year, every year. And to me, I was thinking, you know, that's not okay. To be this young and to be going through major surgeries, you know, at risk to having complications and all sorts of stuff, you know, on top of, you know, regular risk for just having surgeries, not including the fact that I have diabetes. So, back in January, I decided, you know, for my New Year's resolution, I don't want it to be the same old, you know, I want to lose weight, I want to lose 20 pounds or whatever, I'm going to go to the gym. I wanted it to be really like a lifestyle change, a real commitment to not a goal. Well, yeah, a commitment to a goal, but to myself. So I decided, you know, I wanted to improve my not only health but my wellness. So that's all inclusive. That is the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and then the physical. You know, I feel like too many people focus on the physical and then they just like no. So I spent a lot of time researching, reading, you know, certain things. As I progressed, I decided, you know, I'm going to cut back on social media. I'm going to read more, less TV, limit friends, limit, you know, outside, anything. Negativity, I block that out completely at this point. You know, I can't take it. And at one point, I was thinking, you know, I need a little dose of negativity, a little gossip, a little something. So I'd watch like Love and Hip Hop and like little ratchet shows like that. But as that progressed, my need for my spiritual healing, you know, looking within myself to figure out, you know, why am I angry, or why does this make me sad, or why do I behave in such a way with particular situations, you know. And I had to learn to forgive others even without them apologizing, and to forgive myself for the mistakes I've made in the past. You know, everything is a learning experience. So that took some time. And then once I felt like I was like spiritually where I wanted to be, emotionally like happy and content, and you know, forgave myself for a couple of things that I felt like, you know, I felt like I wasn't where I wanted to be in life. I had such this big idea of where I would be in life at this point in life, and it's like, okay, I'm not even halfway there. What's going on? And then to see like other people, not even like friends or anything, but like to see people in general, you know, achieve their goals and, you know, strive, and it's always something bigger and better things. And I always felt like so stuck, because it was like, where's my happy ending? Where is me being happy? Where's my dreams coming true? You know, and you definitely get what you put out. And dwelling on certain things isn't okay, not for your mental. So as I learned to forgive and move forward and strive, I realized, you know, I am happy. I am very blessed. You know, spiritually, I don't believe in church. I do believe in a higher power. And my beliefs, it gets real wacky and real twisted, so I'm not even going to get into that. I will say I believe in a higher power, but as far as going to church, no. Hold on, I wrote some stuff down to make sure. So yeah, so that's my health and wellness. And I wanted to point out that, you know, with the mental and the spiritual, that was very important, and I felt I put more emphasis on that, because, you know, it doesn't matter what the outside looks like. If you are broken and torn up inside, there's nothing, you know, that is more important than that, because you could be a beauty queen and have all this extra stuff going on with you, and be broken. And as a result, you may be self-destructive and ruin opportunities and blessings that's meant for you, you know. So and I knew in previous years, you know, physical, that wasn't an issue with me. I previously lost, I want to say 2015, I started to go into like my little shell. I was going through a couple of relationship issues with regarding friends, and I started to feel like, you know, I'm not sure who I should trust. And, you know, again, I started putting my wall up and protecting my peace. I didn't know that's what it was at the time, but that's what I was doing. So I felt like I was cutting a lot of people off and separating myself and isolating myself. And to console myself, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go to the gym. And I was going to the gym like twice a day for an hour. And I lost 100 pounds from April 15th, 2015 to, I want to say, about June, maybe May. I'm going to say May. Let's stick with May. May 2016. I lost 100 pounds. And I feel like that's pretty good, you know, just about a year. And I didn't, you know, I did my cardio. I don't want to say I did any weight training, which, you know, this time around I know better, so I will be doing that. And also I became a pescatarian, which is someone who only eats fish. I believe they can eat eggs, but I don't want to say I was strict pescatarian. Although I didn't eat chicken, beef, pork, if I went out and I can substitute something, I would substitute it with turkey, so turkey meat, or have something completely different, which was fish. So that was I always kept those two as an option. And yeah, I was pretty darn proud of myself. You know, I lost 100 pounds, and I did that naturally. And, you know, I didn't take any pills or the fast route. You know, I put in the work and I seen the results. Overall, I want to say that was an almost 200-pound loss from my highest weight. And, you know, you got to remember to address certain issues, because, you know, just as fast as you could take it off, it comes back even faster. So, after that, I want to say I maintained that weight for maybe another year or so. And then again, when that feeling of like, what are you doing with yourself? What is going on? Like, you're just sitting here and you need to be following your dreams. So anyone who's ever spoken to me or kind of know, like, I've always wanted to be like a wound nurse. I want to open my own nursing home, and I believe that's gonna happen. There's a lot of steps to it, but that's something I want for myself. That's something that I dream of doing. That is something I feel like that is a corner in the market that needs to be fulfilled. And I don't mean like, you know, there's too many people in this career, in this field, that are only doing it for the money, but it's a vicious cycle. You know, there's plenty of people who love to do what they're doing. They're not getting paid enough, you know, or they're not getting treated right by the employer. So, you know, I feel like that's a corner in the market that I can target and improve significantly, you know. But I need the credentials. I need, you know, to learn more. And, you know, I can't learn from just one aspect of it. And it's a lot easier said than done in total. So I always wanted to go forward for my nursing degree, and I've stopped so many times due to financial reasons, and that was a big, like, I need to be doing what I want with my life and succeed, and it's not happening. So I started gaining weight. It was very slow, but I gained 60 pounds, and I want to say like 6 months. Like, it was so quick, and that was like, to me, that was, at first I didn't think it was a lot, but it is a lot. Like 60 pounds that quick, like, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm regaining all the weight I just lost. Like, okay, I gotta do something different. So, you know, I've researched a lot, I read a lot, and I started to schedule doctor's appointments. I made an appointment with an endocrinologist. You know, I got a nutritionist, and I made that goal and that the plans going forward, like, you know, this year I'm going to be healthy. I'm not going to focus on how much I weigh. I'm going to focus on my health. I'm going to focus on my wellness, you know. And once I did that, I started to strive. When I went to an endo, I don't know if anyone watching this has diabetes or has a loved one that has had diabetes, but I had an A1C of 12.8. The doctors were like, oh my God, like, you could have dropped into a coma at any time. And I was sitting there like, really, you're just trying to scare me? But, you know, reading into it, it was just like, wow, like, I really am blessed. Like, someone is really looking out for me, because I was very neglectful, and I've done so many things like that could have ended my life, honestly. So I'm grateful that I had this wake up call before it was too late. So focusing on the A1C, my A1C was a 12.8, and you know, they said you need to get that down. You know, hopefully we get it down to maybe 4 points. We could probably get it down to an 8, and we'll work from there. I made sure I was like getting my steps in. You know, I downloaded different things. I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos, different people with different opinions and different circumstances. You know, of all different backgrounds, all different cultures, and age groups. I rarely found anyone that was my age, which is in their 20s, that was a type 2. There are, you know, of course, people who are type 1, and that could be my age, but of course they were born with it, so it's a little bit different. So I learned about fasting, learned about like what's in carbs, or what carbs are in, that's what I mean to say. I meant, you know, a lot of vegetables. I learned what things do spike your sugar, such as fruits. And I'm thinking, you know, you eat fruits all day and you can't go wrong. You eat vegetables all day and you can't go wrong. And that's not entirely true. You know, sugars are in, natural sugars are in fruits. So yes, it's healthier to you, but it does spike your sugar. So you have to be very mindful of that. You know, your intake of how much is your intake, and you know how often. So, you know, you gotta plan for that. If you're eating a lot of carbs, such as rice and pasta, or bread, or potatoes, like, and I'm a potato girl. Like, I love potatoes, fried potatoes, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. Like, I love potatoes and pasta. You know, I don't know why I love pasta so much. And you know, anyone who's West Indian, you know, like, rice is in every meal, like every meal. So I had to learn, like, all right, either I gotta pick brown rice, or I'm gonna just skip this or substitute it out for something else. And so I started substituting out like rice. Instead of rice, I would have like a salad with the side of meat or whatever, you know, learn to portion. I've struggled, I'm not even gonna lie, I struggled cutting potatoes out of my diet. Like, it was so hard for me. Like, I tried in every way to like find a substitute, and it's just like, why, girl, why do you have to give up potatoes? So yeah, that was the hardest part for me. And you know, I like making pasta at least once a week, spaghetti, so that was a little bit different for me, learning to change my lifestyle, my eating habits, being more mindful of, you know, what I'm putting into my body. You know, I have to watch videos. Well, I chose to. I watch videos and read different things, you know, different exercises. What is the best way to do, you know, strength training, cardio, like, not how to, you know, learn how to not hurt yourself while working out, you know, forms and such, things such like that. I don't even know, I'm bambling over my words, so I apologize. Bear with me. But So far, since I want to say, I mean, it's not a lot, and I haven't been as consistent as I want to be because, again, I wasn't as focused. But I want to say maybe last month. So from last month, I have lost 18 pounds. I think that's pretty good, you know, considering I'm focused more so now on weight loss, opposed to before since January. So yeah, for me, I drink teas in the morning. I have incorporated a bunch of vitamins, and I think I'll do a video on that, about the vitamins I take. And I decided to do like protein shakes. Every week I've been upping how many steps I do a day. I want to say I was doing 6,000 steps, which isn't much, like last month. And then the beginning of this week, so Sunday, I started doing 10,000 steps a day. And I'll admit, today I didn't reach my goal. But I was doing a lot of like housework, so I forgive myself. Thank you. But yeah, so the goal is to do 10,000 steps for at least 2 weeks, and then I want to up it again. I'm not sure how much. I think I'm gonna probably look over a video, and you know, I've been taking lots of pictures, and I've been measuring myself. So because I've read a lot of times, like, people, you know, they watch the scale and the scale doesn't move for maybe weeks at a time or days at a time. I don't check my weight every day. Are you crazy? I'd go insane. But they get so obsessed with that. So, and sometimes you're not losing like pounds, but you're losing inches. So like once a month I'll measure myself, measure arms, wrist, neck, knees, thighs, you know, stomach, waist, whatever, and even my fupita, and then I'll weigh myself, because I don't want to be obsessed. I focus on daily goals. I try to make sure I even up my water intake. So all last month, I want to say until Sunday, so this past Sunday, I decided, you know, I'm going to increase my water intake. So I was doing 8 glasses a day. That's 64 ounces. I'm like, that's good. Like, I want to be able to drink or do whatever else. And I decided I want to increase my water. So I think that would help in aiding my weight loss, aiding the vitamins that I take. So instead of 64 ounces, which would be 8 glasses, I upped it to 12. So we're gonna say maybe like 80, let's see, 90 ounces a day. That's a lot. I think that's correct. 64 plus 24, 4 and 4 is 8, so 88 ounces. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Now that I think about it, I wasn't thinking about it before, so don't judge me. Anyway, so I think that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching my video. Hopefully you are interested in following me on my journey. Please like and comment anything that you would like me to do a video on or speak about. You know, I do intend on sharing, you know, a couple of stories with you guys. I tend to do that on Snap a lot. You know, whatever comes to my memory or